I'm so glad that you came back to my channel to join me today because I've got some new makeup reviews for you. I've got high-end stuff, I've got some drugstore, and y'all know if you've ever seen one of my reviews before that I don't do first impressions. So this stuff has been thoroughly reviewed by me. There may be a spreadsheet involved. That sounds a little crazy now that I say it out loud, but hey, I am thorough, I'm dedicated to the beauty. Now you'll notice that this review is going to be a little bit smaller than other ones that I've done in the past because I'm not going to go out and buy every single thing that's new out there, especially if it's something that you guys have not requested, and especially if it's something that doesn't work for my skin. So I'm not going to buy the hot pink mascara because I'm not going to wear that crap. So what I do have are some fun items, and we are going to mix it up today and do like a choose your own adventure type of review. So if you want just drugstore stuff, you don't want to see the high end, then go ahead and move your cursor to this number, click the little arrow, move it to this number. And if you want to see high end, then keep watching. For high end, I have some lipsticks, and the first one is this Prabal Gurung lipstick from MAC. How beautiful is that? Gorgeous, right? I love it. Total sucker for the packaging. This is a luster finish, and this is in the shade Light English Red. So when I think English Red, when I think red, I think, you know, red. But this one looks like this. So you can see it, and I will swatch it. So it is a luster, as I said, and it's very light. So on me, it looks kind of like my lips, but shiny, so not very pigmented at all. If you have the Maybelline Color Whispers in the shade Lust for Blush, it's very similar to this. Not a dupe, but I mean, you know, pretty darn close. So I like to think of this as kind of like a mauve-y nude, really pretty. So it makes a great everyday lipstick for me. Next up, I have these two lipsticks from Troi Olivierre, and you would know him best as working for the makeup on J. Crew. You know the infamous like poppy lip was so popular, still popular to me, absolutely love it. So he came out with his own line of lipsticks, and he has two that are exclusive to J. Crew. So these are a little bit smaller than your average lipstick, just a little bit smaller. And the first one is in Parker, which is what I have on, and it makes me think of my friend Everyday Runway Parker Simmons. So anyway, this is what it looks like. It's kind of pink like this. No surprise that I wore that. Think of this as a fuchsia red. Just very pretty, and I love that one. And then he has Georgette, and this is going to be more of that poppy color. So it's like a reddish orange with a bit more on the orange side. Love those. And here they are swatched. So this is George, Parker, and then the Light English Rose. For the drugstore stuff, we're going to kick it off with one of my favorite beauty items, mascaras. And by the way, doesn't that look like a crown behind me? You see that frame? And then there's the Press for Champagne, DIY on the blog, FYI. Anyway, back to this, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm like, have a cold. Well, it's a horrible infection I've had for like 2 months. I'm all over the place, but I'm going to focus on this video. I have the CoverGirl Lash, Full Lash Bloom, and this is what it looks like. It's very similar to other mascaras that you've seen in the Lash Blast family. In fact, I have an unopened from the beauty closet Lash Blast Volume. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but this one is, let me get off the extra. This is a bit more square at the top. Here, that looks even better. A bit more square at the top. This one's a bit more rounded, but they're essentially the same, I've got to say. This one, though, gives you a bit more of that natural, full mascara look that you're using. So I would call this an everyday mascara for me. So I like it. It didn't clump. And here is a picture of it on my eyes. So this I did like. I don't think that I will be repurchasing this one. The next mascara I have is this one from Maybelline. It's the Lash Sensational. And I have a love-hate relationship with Maybelline mascaras. They look incredible on, but they just flake like crazy. But this one I've been really liking. It's more of a wet formula, and you can see from the brush that it's a bit curved. And if this shape looks familiar, it's because it reminds me, anyway, of the Butterfly mascara from L'Oreal. So I'm going to compare these two so you can see side by side. I know you won't be able to tell as much, but If this one freaked you out because it's too big, then you might want to give this one a try. I have really been liking this mascara, and it's a good, wet, dramatic lash. I love it. Here's a picture of me using it. While I'm not considering this to be like my holy grail mascara, I think I would absolutely buy it again. I haven't had too many issues with flaking. You know how some mascaras get better with age? Like a fine wine, you know, a couple of weeks, maybe they dry out, or for some reason they just work. That's how I've felt about this one from Rimmel. This is the WONDERLASH, and this has argan oil in it. Now there's a blue tube, but that's waterproof, so it's the same mascara, well, you know, relatively speaking, the same thing. So don't buy that and think you're getting two different mascaras. This one is the non-waterproof version. This is what it looks like, the wand, and it's more of those nylon flexible wands that we've seen a lot lately. This, I would say, I've liked more and more as I've used it, and that's why I don't do first impressions, because the first time I tried it, I absolutely hated it. But the more that I'm wearing it, the more that I'm liking it. And I would consider this to be a good daytime buildable mascara for me, and I've got a picture of me wearing it. So yeah, I like it. I don't think I would repurchase it, but I don't have anything bad. I like big lashes. And I cannot lie. On to foundations. I picked up a couple of these. The first one is the Revlon Photo Ready INSTAFIX. Now when I Instagrammed this, a lot of you thought it was the concealer. Concealer is much smaller and, you know, has like that slanted top. This is going to go up like this. So if you are looking for a foundation, maybe for travel, or you just want to do like some quick touch-ups during the day, you could possibly like this one. It does have SPF of 20. This is in the shade Natural Beige, which normally works for me, but it's a little dark here. So it's a creamy, it's this one. Still have the lipsticks I can't get off. So it's, unless you haven't watched that section yet, then that will make no sense. But anyway, so this is what it looks like. And it's creamy, it goes on, it doesn't cake up too much. I would say that you can get a light, if you use a sponge, to medium coverage with this. I think normal to slightly oily will like this. Dry skin, it's okay. But like I said, good for travel, good for just a quick touch up, but it's not a holy grail foundation for me by any means. It's supposed to blur and do all these things. INSTAFIX, I didn't really find that it did any of that, but I'm glad I tried it. I have the CoverGirl Ultra Smooth Hair Smoothing Foundation Plus Applicator. Now I dermaplane sometimes. That's where you use a fine razor, or I use like the eyebrow ones, one from Tickle, everybody knows about it, to get rid of the baby hairs here. And I've tested it. I promise you that. You don't get thick hair and it doesn't come back. I've tested it, you know, like one side I didn't do this side, and one side I did. Grows in the same. But anyway, sometimes I'm really into the dermaplaning and, you know, making it all smooth, and sometimes I just don't care. Since I've had this cold crap for the past couple of months, I haven't really been doing that. So I said, well, this is the perfect time to try this out. So essentially you have this foundation. This is in Creamy Natural. You squeeze a little bit onto the applicator like this, and then you smooth it on. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you right now. So I'm taking just a little bit because I already have on foundation. And then you are going to take it and apply it without a mirror. I'm just using the monitor here. And then you just put it and you smooth it in. I'll tell you that this doesn't cover pores or anything like that. They're still going to be there. You'll still have to go back in and buff them in. But it really does mash down the hairs on the side, if that is a huge concern to you and you don't dermaplane. But to apply this all over your face, it takes forever. It really does, to like buff it in, and I found myself just getting frustrated and using a brush for the rest of it. So, but out of all the methods, I would say if you, as opposed to fingers, sponges, brushes, and the silicone little thing, this or brushes, you can really get the same idea. But the foundation is super tacky. So that, I know for some people you're going to hate that, especially if you have oily skin. I did a close-up of this on camera, like filming me doing a demo, but you couldn't really tell the hair anyway. However, I am not really a fan of the foundation. I like the idea of this. I've tried this with other foundations and it seemed to work okay. It just depended on the foundation that I was using. but I'm not probably gonna, but I don't think I would repurchase this. Finally, I have the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set. This is a makeup extender setting spray. I don't know about you guys, but did this, like, is it supposed to be askew like that? And print it off to the side. So this is a long-lasting finish, extends just applied makeup look. So it has microfine texture, it sets, and then you can use it post makeup. And you know how this goes. You shake it, you move your hair out of the way, you do the X, you do the T, you choke, you let it set. Well, I have dry skin, so makeup kind of stays on me all day anyway. But yeah, this works. I do think it's really, really expensive. I think if you're going to pay this much, you might as well get something like the Scandinavia or Model in a Bottle or the Urban Decay one. But yeah, I do like this. I just think it's expensive. It was like $13 for this little thing. We're talking 3.4 fluid ounces. I don't know, but I'm going to keep using it though. You better believe it. So thank you guys so much for watching. It absolutely makes my day when I see those views from you, especially when I get the thumbs up. If you like what you see, then consider subscribing. I do videos pretty much every Friday, but you can always reach me at my blog at lcs.blogspot.com. I blog there 5 days a week, and you can always request a video, hair, makeup, nails, product reviews, demonstrations, whatever it is you're looking for, and I'll be happy to do that. So I hope you guys are enjoying your holiday season, having a great Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, wherever you are. Maybe you can take these ideas and using your gift cards that you got for Christmas or holidays or whatever, and perhaps purchase some, and have a great day. Be safe, behave, and be well. Love you. Bye.